Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have an anonymous female left behind spouse. Her bomb drop was April of 2019 and date of marriage is 2006. She has a boomerang who is a high energy replayer. She says it's been almost 3.5 years since bomb drop. He was a clinging boomerang for the first 18 months and he's been a boomerang since then. He has a second alienator, and he's had her since December of 2020. They don't live together. It's been an off and on relationship, but they keep trying. We've been divorced since December of 2021. So divorced 7 months, about 7 to 8 months. At that time, I dropped the rope fully. She says, also, the last time I let him live at home, we were intimate. I don't know when that was. That's just a parenthetical. He's had several awakenings that last longer and longer, but he keeps going back. He's been friendly for about 6 months. No more monster. He's also been seeking more and more contact with family and children, but the alienator always remains in the picture. They made it public a few months ago, and then back to hiding. What does that mean, back to hiding? People don't know they're still together? Why do they still need the alienator? He finally contacted a psychiatrist after his father and I have been requesting it for 3 years. I live my life. I'm doing well, although I do think a lot about him and the alienator. I don't know if I'm still standing, but secretly, I want him to come closer so that I can decide for myself what I want or don't want. Is this normal? Do you think he's making progress toward the end of the tunnel? Okay, a few things. You say, I don't know if I'm standing. I can say you don't have to make the decision of standing, but from what you're asking and where you are, you're standing. Now, you can say I don't want to be a stander. That's fine. But from what I can see is how you're feeling about it, because secretly I want him to come closer so that I can decide for myself. Your decision for yourself has to be based on what you want. He can't give that to you. He can't give that to you by coming closer. You can see more and say, okay, I'm going to solidify this. But you have to make your decision. And that's why I say you're standing. Because you're still wanting to be together with him. You're still hoping for that reconciliation. And that's why. You're still in a standing, mentally and emotionally, you're still there. Now, if you're out dating, maybe you think you're not standing because of that. But your mind is still holding on to him, holding on to that hope. And I don't mean attached. I mean just hopeful and desirous that there will be a reconciliation. And like you say, and I'm sorry to use the word only, it's been only 3.5 years. You're well within the normal ranges of midlife crisis. Most don't come home by 3.5 years. Now, some of them you'll start to see the progress at this point. And you'll start to see the starts of more serious or authentic reconnection. But 3.5 years is that low end of when we see the returns. Not quite outlier, but most of them still take longer. So is this normal? Yeah. Is it normal that you're feeling that way? The ambivalence, that I don't know if I'm standing, but I want him there? Yes. And what he's doing is completely normal. Also, why do they still need the alienator? Well, let's look at it in a few different ways. We can't say for certain why he is with his alienator. You say this is the second one. They've only been together 18 months. So if there is limerence, it could still be well at play. But you said it's an on again, off again relationship. Now, there's a few ways I can look at that. My husband's relationship with the alienator was limerent, and it was on again, off again. But rather than saying on again, off again, I might say it was high drama. It was conflicted. He kept running back to her and to me and to me and to her. He couldn't be without. And he did live with her when he was going with her. Other times he was at home. And so they don't live together. Not quite as strong. On again, off again, I get the idea that it's not because of the high drama and you're in the middle of it too. And it's this soap opera triangle. So it might not be as serious. Or she's trying to make it serious. They keep trying. maybe it's just that I need somebody in my life, so I'm going to keep going with her because it sort of works. And right now, I don't need the pressure of a full commitment like I would need with my wife. And so this relationship is easier. It could be that. Or there could be pressure because of limerence and all of the things and the high drama that go with that. I can't tell which. I can tell you that it's comfortable to be in a relationship. He wants to have a relationship. He wants that. And so he's continuing to try with her because he finalized a divorce with you. He doesn't know where that is. And what have you told him? Have you ever told him, I wish this hadn't happened. I'm still open to making it work someday if you ever are. Does he know that? What would that do? He might try and break it down to you easily. It's like, honey, without the honey, I'm never going to be interested in you again. And that doesn't mean that's true. It could mean that he's scared and trying to scare you away, or it's true. It could be anything. But did he ever know you as a stander? Whether you knew the term or not. Did he ever know you were standing for your marriage? That's a really big thing with clinging boomerangs. It's not always a positive that a vanisher knows you're standing for your marriage because they'll just look down on you and use it against you and, well, you're just weak. But a clinging boomerang, it's reassurance to them. So did you ever communicate that when you knew you were standing, or if you knew you were standing, what your feelings were about it? Not just that I don't want and didn't want that to happen, but that to the point that I would be willing to rebuild with you. Do they ever know that is a desire and even a goal? I'm not saying you should ask or not ask him. Right now, it may or may not be the time for that sort of thing. But I'm curious as to what has been communicated in the past. She's going to remain in the picture until he doesn't need her, until there's not a payoff. But does he know that there's a you? A you who is, I live my life, I'm doing well. You're doing well. Does that mean thriving? Especially if you're thriving. There is a you out there that he can see and know, well, this is what I could have. And it's a lot better than that. And that other thing is so easy, I might as well just stay with it. And he's going to continue, even though I'm interested in that, but look at all the repair I have to do to go to that. Look at all the hard things that I have to be forgiven for to go back to my wife. So he's going to avoid some more and some more and some more until he can't anymore, until he comes through, and until being with her isn't easy. And when that happens, that's when you're going to want to have more of that, start having a communication about what you would like. Other than that, everything you're talking about is normal. And yeah, I think he is making progress toward the end of the tunnel. Okay? Well, I hope this was helpful. And I'll see everybody in the next